Thermal insulation. Walls can be designed to provide thermal insulation, reducing heat loss and gain and improving energy efficiency. Soundproofing. Walls can be designed to reduce noise transmission between spaces, creating a more comfortable and quiet environment. Decorative purposes. Walls can be used to enhance the aesthetic appeal of a building, with various materials, finishes, and textures being used for decorative effect. Infrastructure support. Walls are also used in infrastructure projects like dams and levees to control water flow and provide flood protection. Walls may be divided into two types. A load-bearing walls which support loads from floors and roof in addition to their own weight, and which resist side pressure from wind and, in some cases, from stored material or objects within the building. B. Non-load-bearing walls, which carry no floor or roof loads. Each type may be further divided into external or enclosing walls and internal dividing walls. The term partition is applied to walls, either load-bearing or non-load-bearing, dividing the space within a building into rooms. Good quality walls provide strength and stability, weather resistance, fire resistance, thermal insulation and sound insulation. Types of building walls. There are various ways to construct a wall and many different materials can be used, but they can be divided into four main groups. Masonry wall, in which the wall is built of individual blocks of materials such as brick, clay or concrete blocks, or stone, usually in horizontal courses bonded together with some form of mortar. Several of the earth-derived products, either air-dried or fired, are reasonable in cost and well suited to the climate. Monolithic wall, in which the wall is built of a material placed in forms during the construction. The traditional earth wall and the modern concrete wall are examples. The earth walls are inexpensive and durable if placed on a good foundation and protected from rain by a rendering or wide roof overhangs. Frame wall, in which the wall is constructed as a frame of relatively small members, usually of timber, at close intervals, which together with facing or sheeting on one or both sides form a load-bearing system. Offcuts are a low-cost material to use for a frame wall covering. Frame wall, in which the wall is constructed as a frame of relatively small members, usually of timber, at close intervals, which together with facing or sheeting on one or both sides form a load-bearing system. Offcuts are a low-cost material to use for a frame wall covering. Membrane wall, in which the wall is constructed as a sandwich of two thin skins or sheets of reinforced plastic, metal, asbestos cement or other suitable material bonded to a core of foam plastic to produce a thin wall element of high strength and low weight. Another form of construction adapted for frame or earth buildings consists of relatively light sheeting secured to the face of the wall to form the enclosed element. These are generally termed claddings. Factors which will determine the type of wall to be used are: the materials available at a reasonable cost, B. Availability of craftsmen capable of using the materials in the best way, C. Climate, D. The use of the building functional requirements. The height of walls should allow people to walk freely and work in a room without knocking their heads on the ceiling, beams, etc. In dwelling houses with ceilings is 2.4 m a suitable height. Low roofs or ceilings in a house create a depressing atmosphere and tend to make the rooms warmer in hot weather. Masonry walls. Apart from certain forms of stone walling, all masonry consists of rectangular units built up in horizontal layers called courses. The units are laid up with mortar in specific patterns called bonding in order to spread the loads and resist overturning, and in the case of thicker walls, buckling. The material in the masonry units can be mud or adobe bricks, burnt clay bricks, soil blocks, stabilized or unstabilized, concrete blocks, stone blocks or rubble. Blocks can be solid or hollow. Bricks. In brickwork, those bricks laid lengthwise in the wall are called stretchers, and the course in which they occur, a stretching course. Bricks laid across the wall thickness are called headers, and the course in which they occur, a heading course. Bricks may be arranged in a wide variety of ways to produce a satisfactory bond, and each arrangement is identified by the pattern of headers and stretchers on the face of the wall. These patterns vary in appearance, resulting in characteristic textures in the wall surfaces, and a particular bond may be used for its surface pattern rather than for its strength properties. In order to maintain bond, it is necessary at some points to use bricks cut in various ways, each of which has a technical name according to the way it is cut. The simplest arrangements, or bonds as they are called, are stretching bond and heading bond. In the former, each course consists entirely of stretchers laid as in, and is only suitable for half-brick walls, such as partitions. Facing for block walls,